Oops, I went a little early. I'm a little early, guys. Come check it out. All right. Welcome to my live video, and this will be saved later as well. We still have 8 more minutes before it's technically time to go live because I accidentally went a little early, but you live and you learn. So thank you for joining me. I am getting prepared for Wishbone here. We're gonna hang out with you guys and answer some questions. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to write them in the comments and I will attempt to answer them for you. Right, baby boy? So since we're a little early, I want to talk about... Oh, I did not finish doing that. What we're going to do. So I'm going to wait until 5:30 to get Wishbone. And then I'm going to get Wishbone and I'm going to talk to you about... the care of animals, a little bit about caring for macaws. So stay tuned for that in 7 minutes. And thank you for clicking on the video. It is awesome to have you here. Thank you for supporting my channel. It's a little late for bird stuff, but it's okay. He will be receptive. He's been a very good boy lately. We're just gonna wait a little bit longer to have some people hopefully come on in. Welcome. And we'll be starting in about 5 minutes. Like I said, I accidentally went a little early, but that's okay. And Wishbone is very ready. He has been a really good boy. He has been exceptional lately, better than ever. He just gets better and better. I have some secrets to training with him that I can also share, and if anyone has any questions. Hi, Melissa. Welcome to my live. Thank you for joining. Awesome. I appreciate it. And you get to see Wishbone again. We have about like 5 minutes till I said I would start, so I'll probably wait for a few people to come back in to the live, and I'm just kind of getting ready some stuff, so we will see how he does. And let me know if you have any questions, because I'd love to answer them. Right now, I'm just getting some treats for him. It's some pecans. I'm just kind of breaking them up so that they're tiny pieces, because then he doesn't fill up as quickly on his treats, and I can give him a few more. Get him to do more things for me. I really hope to do these live chats more frequently, because I think that it helps get people involved and ask more questions that way. I think that if I'm live, I think I get more questions that way. Definitely let me know what you think. And that gets people more involved with the videos. I think they're kind of more fun that way instead of talking to a screen. So maybe we'll get Wishbone to do some tricks for us as well. So this will be a bit entertaining as well as possibly educational. I'd like to add educational because I think that's better than just funny videos. I think that educational is going to benefit people more than just doing funny things or entertaining things. All right, we're pretty well set there with treats. And so I can just tell you a little bit about the treats that I use. So Wishbone gets fed a special diet specific to like a tropical bird would have. It's definitely good to check with your vet about diets. However, I have a pretty extensive setup of vegetables that I chop every like couple months, and it's like fresh vegetables, and then I dry them, and then it's mostly vegetables. It also has grains in it, and like beans and lignas or whatever they're called. And then by having that fresh food diet, it actually helps him be more interested in the fattier things like the nuts that I use. So this is like pecan that's just broken up. And then there's some pine nuts because they're nice and tiny. You don't have to break them up as much. So I like to use those. And then he likes walnuts and other things like that. And yeah, so it's almost time. So I'm just going to go ahead and start now. And that's a little bit early. It's 1 minute early. It is 5:29. So basically, I want to start with every day he gets fresh water. It's really important to make sure that it's clean and fresh so that it doesn't grow bacteria and he can have some delicious water to drink. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that in to the bird room with us. Very messily. It's hard to do with the phone. So we'll go in here and we're in the bird room. Great, so here we'll have his water. And I want to mention, while I'm putting the water in, a little bit about cage cleaning, because you're gonna see that his cage is very dirty. And I just cleaned it this morning, and this is what happens in less than 12 hours, because he's ripping up toys. So that's all a bunch of ripped up toys and paper on the ground. And then there's actually stains on the center rail there. Those are poop stains. So kind of gross, but they don't really come off. You can scrub pretty hard and they don't really come off. So that is something about birds that maybe not a lot of people know, is how absolutely messy they are. So messy. So we're putting in his fresh water for him. There he is. Oh, you sneeze a little? He had an itchy nose. And then he already ate his dinner, so hopefully he's responsive to treats. But I like to wrap his dinner in paper to make it kind of fun for him to get at and kind of forage. So every night I feed him his pellets and I wrap them up in this paper and make it kind of like fun to get at it. And I leave the empty bowl in there. Hi, welcome. And I'll leave that empty bowl in there because I don't want him to think I'm taking away food. So even though there's no food in there, I just wait till the next feeding time before I actually before I take that bowl out, which since that's pretty clean, I'll just use that bowl sometimes if it's not dirty at all and it's just got a couple crumbs in it. I'll actually use that for the fresh vegetables in the morning. So like I said, I just cleaned this cage a couple hours ago. I mean, I just got it done this early afternoon. So that's how dirty birdies are. We'll see if he wants to come out. So we're gonna get him on our hand. Cute little boy. Yeah, come on out. Whoa, duck. Doing the limbo. All right, so I'm gonna put him on this stand here. Good boy. So that we can interact with him with a free hand. Can you go wings? Good boy, wings. Yes, that was very good. Good. So let me see if I can flip it. There it is. Awesome. So this is Wishbone. Wishbone, he's gonna be, gosh, are you gonna be 2? Is that how old you're gonna be? Only 2. I feel like I've had you for 3 years. But I think he's only gonna be 2. He'll be 2 in May. That was his hatch day. Good boy. Can you wave? Yes, good waving skills. And even though he's cute and really cool, can you relax? Good boy. He still requires more. I think there's more that goes into owning a bird than actually is fun, even though I love it and I think it's worth it. Wait, stay there. Good boy. Yeah, good job. Oh, he thinks I told him to do that. That's all right, though, because I did not. So it takes a lot, hours of training to get him to do things that he's doing now. And like this, spin. Good boy. Yes. So we've spent, I mean, in the last almost 2 years, in the last year and a half, we've spent, I guess it'd be about a year. Yeah, we've only been hanging out for a year. So in the last year, we spent every day together, hours a day, learning. Can you go back? Go back. Good boy, go back. Good boy, go back. Yes. Good boy. Spending hours a day working on getting him to do tricks and things like that. So one of the things that is really important to teach your bird is target training, which is something that zoo animal or zookeepers teach many zoo animals, and it involves a target. So this, yes. Whoa, that was aggressive. So yes, good boy. There we go. So it involves a target, and in this case, I just have a chopstick because that's pretty easy and cheap to have. So I'll put it there, yes, and he touches it, and I say yes, and I give him a treat. So what that's gonna do for us is it hopefully can get us to get him in and out of his cage. So let's see if we can do it. Wishbone, come here. Come here. Good boy, come here. Good job. Come here. Yes. Good boy, come here. Good boy. Good boy. Go on in. Right here. Here, Wishbone. Not always. Come here. Good boy. There he goes. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, very good. So we got him in his cage that way. And then I'm not going to actually close him in because I want him to keep being able to do that trick. So sometimes I don't. You want to come? But that's something really important because then you don't have to touch them. They don't have to touch you in case they get bitey. Come here. Yes, good boy. Go back. Go back. Good boy. Go back. It's hard to show him without. Go back. Without an extra hand. All right, fine. You can come to me. All right, so it's hard to show them how to, or it's hard to touch them if they're bitey. So you want to be able to do that with the target stick so that you don't actually have to touch them in case they're in a bad mood. And especially with female birds because that can be a problem. Can you go back? Good boy, go back. Good boy, go back. Yes, good boy. Yes. Good job. Good boy. All right, can you high five? Yes, good job. Awesome. So yeah, one of the biggest things is, you know, having him out too long, he'll start to get destructive. He'll start to get into things that he probably shouldn't. He'll try to destroy things because that's just what they do naturally. They're really messy and they like to destroy things. So naturally, they'll rip up trees and things like that in the wild and just drop it on the ground, and they will poop on the ground and make a mess of things. And so they'll want to go up into high places like he is now. He likes to be up high. And he will drop things down like this and make a mess. There's literally only like a few poops there, and most of that is just toys on the ground. And by tomorrow, it's gonna have poop and toys and some mess. And also, I make his own toys, which is a lot of work, and I spend a couple hours a day doing that. Come here. Good boy, come here. Yes, good boy. Good job. And so not only do I spend a couple hours training him, maybe like an hour cleaning cages, and like it's basically like a part-time job. But because it's what I do for a living, I don't mind, and I knew what I was getting into, and I don't really care that that is what I do. I wonder if he'll say his name. Let's see. What's your name? Good boy. What's your name? What's your name? Good boy. What's your name? Can you say Wishbone? You want tease? What's your name? And they don't always listen. We do it on the bird's time. Here, you want to do another trick? On the absolutely trashed floor. You want to go down? Here, go down. Good boy, go down. Good boy. Oh, you don't want to go down? Oh, go down. Good boy. Wishbone. Wishbone, roll over. Come here. All right, so we don't do that trick usually in this room, and so therefore distracted with the cage and climbing up it to be in a higher place is why that didn't work. And this is a great example how, like, you know, sometimes I make him look like he's incredible, but live, he's gonna make some mistakes. Come here. Good boy, yes. So let's see if we can get him to do a rollover, but let's do it out here. Go down. Good boy. Wishbone, can you roll over? Roll over. You're right. Wishbone, roll over. Oh, it's okay. Go okay. All right, we spooked him with something. I wonder if it's just because he can't see very well. Kai, go house. All right, let's try. Wishbone, can you roll over? Here, come on. Can you roll over? What's wrong? Here, roll over. Good boy. There he goes. Yes, good rollover. Wow, usually you're on top of the rollover. All right, let's throw ya. Oh, yeah. Good boy. Yes, you want treats? Good job. Oh, yeah, dig in. So it takes, oh my gosh, excuse me, messy house. It takes a while to get the hang of training, and you can't expect a bird to do the kinds of things that Wishbone is doing unless you spend hours and hours with him every day. And also, they aren't like pets like a dog or a cat where they might cuddle with you. Can I get a head scratch? Oh, yes. Good boy. You can only pet them on their heads. If you pet them, which he probably will let me touch him there, like other places, but if you pet them on other parts of their body, like frequently, what you'll end up doing is confusing them because they're gonna think that you are their mate, and then they're gonna think, you know, that you want more than petting, if that makes sense. And so then they're gonna get frustrated because you're not doing more than petting them, and they'll randomly bite you even when they're like cuddling you. And so people are constantly coming to me about, hey, my bird bites randomly for no reason. We're like cuddling and having a good time, and then he bites. And they'll find that it's because they're stimulating him or her with petting them inappropriately. So that's something too, because it's really hard not to want to pet them and cuddle with them, like, because they even will try to get you to do it. So he's constantly like, please cuddle with me. And not constantly, but they're frequently, he will ask if I will cuddle him, and he likes it. And he wants me to, but I won't because I don't want to confuse him, and I don't want it to lead to randomly biting me. And I also don't want, come here, good boy, yes. I also don't want to, do anything that he doesn't, want to do. I don't want to get him excited for something that's not going to happen, because that's confusing, and I don't think that's very fair to him. So I don't do that. However, it's hard not to, because you're like, oh, he's so cute and he wants to cuddle with me. Oh my gosh. But it leads to issues. And so that's something that is one of the reasons I think that it's hard to have a bird in captivity. It's because it's the urge to do those things with your bird, because they're so darn cute, needs to be suppressed. And that's hard for some people. It's hard for me. And it's even more difficult when the bird itself is asking for that. They're asking for cuddles and pets like that. So I think it's best to understand these things and educate yourself before you get a bird, because what that really means then is they're not really a pet, because you're not really petting them much, because they don't really even want too many head scratches. It's mostly when they're molting and they have pin feathers that they'll be more interested in that, but otherwise they really don't care for pets. So they're not really a pet in that sense at all. And so what you end up with is not really like a companion, but more like a zoo animal, right? Like you're more like having to care and maintenance this animal by giving them many toys to play with in their cage, exercise. And with a bird this size, you need quite the area to exercise, because birds get their exercise by flying. So mainly, that's their main way of exercise. So a place where this guy can fly is like a gymnasium, or you can teach them to free fly outside. However, free flight is extensive training, and I highly recommend you do not bring your bird outside unless you've done extensive training with a professional, or you are a professional, because if you don't do flight training properly and your bird goes outside and doesn't know how to get back to you, then your bird will end up somewhere it doesn't want to be and you don't want it to be, and it could be very dangerous or deadly. Your bird could die. So another thing too is predators outside. There are a lot of those. So definitely don't just take your birds outside. If you're thinking about getting a really large bird like this, know that you need wings, place for him to fly. Yes, good boy. Good job. You need a place for him to fly and be a bird. So think about that before getting a bird like this. Now, a smaller bird, obviously, a little bit less maintenance. However, it's not really less maintenance as much as you need less expensive toys. They make less of a mess, but not much. And they cost a little less with toys and cage and food. Well, they don't eat a lot of food, surprisingly. They really don't eat a lot, but it's still gonna be more expensive with the bigger the bird. And so there is like a ratio you can follow for how much it costs to maintain a bird, depending on how much you bought the bird. So basically, like you can expect to spend a couple $100 a month on a bird like this. However, like I said, I can't afford to spend that much. So I do things to cut down on costs, like making my own toys. So I save like paper towel rolls and cardboard and just mix and match paper with his toys that I make different origami sort of stuff with. And so that ends up keeping him pretty entertained, but I have to do that pretty frequently. So I trade my time for money. So I spend more time doing that than I do money doing that. So, but yeah, that's definitely things to think about. You might not think that you see these cute videos about birds, and they're really cute, like this one, he's cool. But you're like, oh, I want a buddy to hang out, but they don't really just hang out. It takes a lot of training and practice to get them to hang out. And if you've noticed, he's kind of restless. He's moving around and going here and there, and he's not really chilling. And so even a trained bird is kind of restless. Good boy. And so you're not always going to get what you think you're going to get. And in fact, thanks for the kiss. Can I have a kiss? Thank you. So it's a lot more work than you might think. I highly recommend you do some research, but that's a little bit about owning a bird, about cage cleaning and lots of toy making and training and attention and exercise. And there's still more to it, especially sound. Birds are really loud. That is something I missed. But there are some key points that I'm not quite thinking of right now about birds. And yeah. So I hope that this is educational for people, or I hope you enjoyed some of Wishbone's tricks. He's learning some new stuff that I might show next time. There's just a few things that he does that I showed you. But he's pretty cool, pretty smart, but it does take a lot of work to get him to do those things. Most people's birds don't do cool things like that because they're not trainers, so they don't spend as much time with their birds teaching them, and they don't know necessarily how to teach them to do those things. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Here you go. Bang! Good boy. You're an upside down bird. Thank you. Yeah, can you say hi? Who's he at? Good boy. You're too cute. Good boy, yes. That was very good. Good. Is there any questions that anyone has about Wishbone or birds or training or anything? Definitely let me know. And if you learned anything at all or you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Can you wave? Oh, that's not it. Can you wave? Yes! Good job! Very good. Let me get you a snack. You're cute. Yeah, you are. You sure are cute. And they're pretty. Oh, another thing, now that I'm thinking about it, there's more, like I said, I couldn't think of, is baths. I always forget to talk about that. So he needs to be offered a shower as at least once a day if he can. And he does take showers in the shower with me. I don't use soap when I'm in there with him, so I just like use water, and then when he's done taking a bath, then I take him out and then I wash myself with soap so that he doesn't get exposed to soap, because he should not have any soap on him. But he will splash around in the water and it keeps his colors brighter. It's kind of hard in this lighting to see how pretty he is, but he sure is a pretty guy, and he's got so many pretty colors and iridescent feathers in the back there. Ooh, ooh. You falling? Oh, getting too cuddly? Getting too cuddly. See, he was trying to cuddle me. So I think I've been handling him a little bit too long, so I'm probably going to have to put him back here, but that's okay because we're reaching our 30-minute mark here. But yeah, those beautiful colors in his feathers are going to be from baths and also exposure to the sun. So you can maybe see some iridescent feathers there, maybe, if I can, they're shiny, if I can get the light right. And getting that really pretty shine to him, plus the bright colors, the bright yellow and the bright red. Oh, something spooked him. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's all right. I think it was his shadow. It's okay. Let me get this for you. It's okay. Hey, you want to go back on? Yeah, I think it was the shadow. Good job. It's okay. Good job. Can you relax? Yes, good boy. So that's another thing, is they are prey animals, so they are spooked easy. And you know, you got to be very gentle and go at their pace and how slow they go with training, and bringing them to different places. But also baths and sunlight. They need sunlight in order to have these beautiful colors on their feathers as well. It's so good for them. The benefits, like, you know, it benefits us. I was breaking open a pin feather there. See if we can see one. There's one. Yeah, see, he likes that. So in order to keep his feathers nice and have this beautiful bright color, baths and sunlight. Sunlight's so good for us, and it's so good for them, and it makes them happier and better mood and everything. So I actually have an outdoor aviary for him that is larger than his cage, that I put him out most of the time in the summer. But in the colder seasons, we can't really do as much. So I try to exercise him inside the house as much as I can. And sometimes in the shed if I don't have dogs, so that he can get exercise. But it takes a lot to keep these animals happy, as you might have noticed by this video. And I'm sure I'm missing something on that aspect. However, we are past our 30 minutes here, so I am going to stop the live. And thank you for joining me today, and Wishbone. And definitely let me know if you want me to, what you want me to do on my next live, and who you'd like to meet, or if you want to see Wishbone again. Thank you for joining me, guys. I appreciate the support, and hopefully you learned something or just enjoyed hanging out with Wishbone and I. Thank you, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.